So here we'll see. Yesterday we had talked about types of self-care. So we have to take care of ourselves physically by sleeping, stretching, physical activity, healthy eating, and rest. Emotionally, by doing the stress management, feeling gratitude, having the act of kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. And socially, we can take care of ourselves by maintaining the personal boundaries. We go to our support system, friends and family, positive social media, and spending time with loved ones. Spiritually, we can have alone time where we do some meditation, or self talk. We have our space. We can do yoga. So, mindfulness, connections, and connection with nature will help to take care of us spiritually. Then, personal care by pursuing our hobbies, by identifying our self identity, doing the things that brings you joy, maybe dance, singing, craft, anything. Then having a space where you feel safe, organized. So your personal space should be clean, tidy, stable, secure. And then work. So we have to take care at our professional space by having time management, having work boundaries, having break time, and something new to learn. Now, neck and shoulder awareness, where we sit comfortably, breathe in and breathe out. So we have to feel our body. Sorry, today my throat is bad. So we'll start from the top of our head and we'll feel the hair, sorry, and then we'll gently rub our face and then we'll go down to the shoulders. If there's any tension, you feel light, take a deep breath and just feel that you're loosening all the burden off your shoulders and neck, and some neck stretches you can do. Then you can turn your head right and left. Slowly breathe in and just feel relaxed and feel that all the stress is going off your shoulders, right? Then, so how do you check your anxiety? So, when you have little feelings of worry, that is minimal, where you are little fearful, nervous, but you are able to concentrate on everything. You are able to get your things done, and there can be a little physical symptoms like your heart feeling like it's pounding, or you have butterflies in your stomach, but that's the minimal. Then becomes mild, where you have breathlessness, nausea, headache, muscle tension, heart pounding fast, chest tightness, okay, nervousness, okay, you feel sweaty, or you have weak, you feel your legs and arms are weak, and you have a sense of danger or panic, or um, as if you are drowning down. These thoughts and physiological responses are usually short lived. But again, this is short lived. You are feeling all this for a very short period of time, right? And then you can quickly move away from these thoughts and feelings. So that is mild. Then comes moderate, when you have all of these symptoms, but they are intense and they last longer. So your sleep is disturbed, your appetite is disturbed, and you are avoiding something to find enjoyment. So you are avoiding those situations, you're avoiding those people, and you are trying to distract your mind so that you don't get triggered. Okay. So your anxiety doesn't get triggered. You do all this, but then you will feel that your concentration is reduced and you are fatigued. So that's moderate. Then comes severe. When you have all of these, but your thoughts and feelings come from nowhere, interfere. Now you're not able to do your day-to-day life also, work also. So that's when you are not just able to let go these thoughts at all. That's your severe condition. And then debilitating, where these symptoms, all of these symptoms Plus, you can't sleep, so you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're very anxious, your heart is constantly pounding, you're nervous, and you have that jittery feeling all day. You cannot associate with anybody, you are completely dissociated. Your anxiety thoughts and feelings are continuously for weeks and months. Okay. Now, when you have this, how do you do the step by step grounding technique? What is it? So we have to first take a deep breath, and we have to identify any five things which you can see around, any four things you can feel, any three things you can hear, any two things you can smell, and anything you can taste. Roll your tongue inside and feel that if there's any taste in your mouth. So this is when you calm down, calm down. Okay. Now, what things we need to release. So you can every day have some balloons, and you have to slowly release those balloons. Okay. So on the balloons, you can write any grudges you're holding in your heart. Leave that balloon. Are you fearful of the failure? Leave that balloon. Wanting to be perfect, perfection, need of perfection, release. Whatever happened in the past, release. Any self doubt, release. Any anxious thoughts, release. So this is an experiment or a practical, uh, you know, um, activity you can do with your clients. You can take a session simple where you have these balloons, and these balloons you are letting go. And also, you can give them liberty. Have your balloons, write whatever you want to release, and feel that it's going. Okay. So that is going to help, right? Now, putting thoughts on trial. Try to make a habit to put thoughts on trial. Like, okay, this is my thought, this is my bubble, cloud. What is it about? What is my worry? What is my thought? Now, the defense would be, do I have that? What evidence do I have that my thought is true? Whatever I'm thinking, like if I'm having a self doubt, is it a fact? Is it just an opinion? Is it true or not? Is there any evidence to prove that should I do self doubt or should I hold on to this grudge? Now you have to do so that's the defense. Okay, this thought is coming. Okay, let me just check. Is there any fact? Is there any truth? What evidence do I have that my thought is not true? Is it true? What evidence? Is it not true? What evidence? And then you decide, okay, should I actually do the self doubt or not? Okay. You can always have the full body stretch. So stand up straight and your feet apart. Okay. Then slowly stretch your arms up high. Imagine you are trying to touch the sky. Okay. Stretch so high that you have to stand on your tippy toes. Then wriggle your fingertips and feel the stretch. Now, when you wriggle your fingertips and feel the stretch in your toes, calves, back, shoulders, arms, and fingers, then relax for 10 seconds. So, this full body stretch you have to do 10 times. And always feel while you're doing this, you can feel do good, and good will come to me. Anxiety trigger checklist. So, being left alone, meeting new people, watching scary shows, school, going to the doctor, public speaking. You need to check that which of these make you feel anxious. When you are alone, are you anxious? When you meet new people, you are anxious. When you watch scary shows, when you're in the school, when you go to the doctor, when you do public speaking, when you see your parents fighting, when you go at any birthday party, when you are playing sport, when you are When you see large open spaces, when you're sick, when you see any violence, when you're in the dark, when you're sleeping alone, when you're trying new food, when you go to new places, when you see the large crowds, getting in trouble, homework, when you're doing any homework, loud noises when you hear, if you see certain animals, when you're watching the news, maybe doing a performance in front of making new friends, going in a lift, not knowing what the plans are for the day, that can also make you feel anxious. Okay. Being left out, or if there are surprises. So you have to check that out of these, which is my trigger point. Okay. And you can add more. Like here, I think some are not there because, as in, so this is basically for kids, but if you talk about adults, so there can be triggers when there's a comparison, when people don't appreciate, when you are targeted, when you are body shamed. So you can add more to it, right? Now, you have to ask yourself, no, is it absolutely true? Is my thought 100% accurate? Is there any other way I could see my thought in a different way? Is it possible that my emotions are making me believe that my thought is true? Is it just because, sorry, is it just because that I am um, emotional and out of my emotions I'm thinking? Or is it really true? Now, coming to the 7 rules of life. The first is just let it go. Whatever happened, let it go. What you can control, focus on that. Ignore those people who bring you down. Listen to the people that empower you. Now, this is a very powerful line actually. We always focus on the people who ignore us and we don't pay attention to the people who empower us. So make a list of people, those who empower you, and focus on them. Listen to them and always give yourself a time to heal. Don't think that I should be okay every time. No. If you are in healing process, admit that you are in healing process, and everyone's path is different, and healing is also not linear. So give it time. Okay, and do not compare. The moment you start comparing, your joy is gone. So stop comparing. There's no need to compare because that will steal your joy. So every time whenever you start comparing yourself with somebody, then think that that very moment your joy has gone. After comparing, what will happen is the secondary thing. But the first thing which has happened the moment you compared, joy has gone. Stay calm. It's okay not to feel okay. So if I'm not feeling okay, if I'm anxious, what I can do is I should not try to be happy all of a sudden. You cannot. So, but you can be calm and everything will work out. Okay. Now it's on you. Don't let anyone control your destiny. Your future's on. See, contentment comes from the basic things in life, and everyone can afford the basic things in life. So you have to just control your life and not let anybody else to control your life. Okay. So if you control your life, your future is on you and not other people. Smile. Okay. Smile so much, so much, so much, so much that your mouth hurts. Okay. You are taking my session. So you have to keep smiling till you feel pressure here. Keep smiling as much as you can, as long as you can. Okay. Life is too short not to be smiling. So always believe that something wonderful is going to happen. Maybe just after this, you hear something which is wonderful, you experience something which is wonderful, and wonderful things are very, you know, things which don't, take your attention. If you just look into the sky, just look at the sky, and you'll find some wonderful thing. Maybe the uh, birds flying in a line. That's a wonderful thing because they don't know the math of maintaining that distance between each other, but still they're able to maintain the same distance as they fly. That's a wonderful thing. So start Noticing the wonderful things everywhere around you, which are very tiny, which are very pretty, which are very significant. Okay. So I can't control anybody else. I cannot. I cannot change my husband. I cannot change my in-laws. I cannot change my um, colleagues. I cannot change anyone who tries to, um, or they don't try, but maybe your energy doesn't match with them. But then you cannot control. So I can control myself. So I have to set my boundaries. I have to say, I have to check my actions. I have to stick to my honesty. I have to keep setting my goals. I have to have my own values and beliefs. I have to control my own thoughts. I have to treat others with kindness and I have to treat myself with kindness. This is all what I can do. Okay. So you have to have the safe space so that you be who you are actually. Okay. Now, what are cognitive distortions? First is mental filter. What is mental filter? Only paying attention to some type of evidence, focusing on your failures while avoiding to see your success. Okay. So that's a mental filter when you uh, pay attention to some types of evidence and you only focus on your failures and you do not see your success. Okay. Then catastrophizing means always you have a habit to see the worst possible outcome of something. So you worry so much and then your thoughts become exaggerated. You have to keep a check on this. Are you doing this? Are you only focusing on your failures? Are you only exaggerating your thoughts and your worries and thinking about the worst possible outcome? Are you simply jumping to conclusions, assuming that you know what other people are thinking? Okay, so you have to keep a check on this definitely. So, just predicting that this will happen. So, having negative conclusions. Oh, I know this will happen. I know that people will think like that only. Then overgeneralizing, the process of concluding that just because something happened to you once before, that's overgeneralizing. Means, and again, it's kind of the same jumping to conclusions based on the past experience. So you're just assuming this is going to happen because this had happened earlier, and that's your negative thinking based on your experiences. Maybe one or two experiences, just emotional reasoning, believing that just because you feel a certain way, then justifying that your thoughts must then be true. Okay. Becoming over emotional without any reason, just being emotional and then justifying your own thoughts. So you have to get detached from the situation and take the situation as if you are the third person. How third person will react to this situation, that is practical reasoning and not emotional one. Black and white. Seeing things in black and white. Like either they will be very good or they'll be very bad. Either it is going to be right or it's going to be wrong. Okay. So that doesn't work. Black and white thinking is the tendency to think in extreme. It uh, causes you to think of everything you do in form of success or failure. So you should not think of black and white. Okay. Not necessarily it will be either success or a failure. It can be something in between also, right? And then labeling. So what we do is we uh, put labels on ourselves. Like, once you have these situations, you start putting label on yourself. I am unlovable. Nobody loves me. I'm an idiot. Or you blame people. They are idiots. Don't label anyone. Everybody is on a journey, learning journey. At this moment, maybe he's behaving that way. Not necessarily in on this journey, at some point of time, he'll behave the same way. You will change, they will change. So don't label yourself, don't label others. Let it go as it is going on a journey, and everybody is learning. Should statements. Believing, that's very, we always assume it should be like this. Believing that things should be a certain way, using should, must, ought statements. Why? Why it should be like this only? Why it must be like this only? This thinking results in feelings of guilt, shame, and self loathing. Okay. So many a times you're not able, for example, this year you have to do the value safai because you think you should do it, you must do it. Okay. And then you will, if you are not able to, then you will start feeling guilty. Okay. So that should not be there. And self-loathing describe a constant belief or feeling of worthlessness, failure, that I'm not worthy of anything. I'm complete worthless, or I'm a complete failure, or I'm inadequate. I'm uh, not good enough. So that's self-loathing. So because you think that it should be like this and you aren't able to meet that standard level which you have in your mind, then you start having this guilt feeling. And then what happens is we start putting blames on others. So placing the blames on others. Now, when you place the blame on others and you don't own it up to you, your mistakes, or you don't take it as your responsibility, then you feel being victimized. So you are blaming others, making yourself right. But is it a positive emotion? No, it's not, because now you have the victim mentality. Again, it's a negative um, thought, right? Personalization, taking things very personally and thinking that what other people do is a result of your own actions. So don't do that. If somebody is behaving in a wrong manner, don't take it personally that because I have this kind of nature, that person treats me this way. No, that person always has a uh, option, has a choice to behave kind with you. He or she is not opting, is not because of you. So don't take it personally. You may blame yourself for things that were totally out of your control. So don't take it personally. Okay. So these are called cognitive distortions. Okay. I'll just brief it again. Mental filter. What is mental filter? When you only see your failures. Catastrophizing, when you see the worst, jumping to conclusions directly, overgeneralizing according to the past experience. You are thinking this is going to happen, being very emotional, or you think black and white, either this or this. You start labeling yourself and start labeling other people. Your should statements, it should be like this, and I have not done this, so I am not good enough. Blaming others or taking it personally. Now, how self care is, it's like spending time with friends and family, removing toxic connections, setting boundaries, taking the therapy sessions, healthy eating, believe in nature, mindfulness, exercising, affirmations, and journaling. So, affirmations, positive affirmations, daily positive affirmations, and daily journaling, writing down your thoughts. So, you can have breathing, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, exhale from your mouth for 8 seconds. Sorry, first you have to hold on. So 4 seconds, inhale, hold on for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. This you need to do it 4 times daily. So 478. This is called 478. Okay. Mental exercise, spell your name backward. Any such game you can play. ADEWHS. Then spell all of your family members' names backward. Count backward from 100. This is mental exercise. So this is when you do mental exercise, you're actually working on your brain memory, and definitely at that time you are uh, not thinking anything negative, right? Tracing, trace the figure 8 with your finger. Breathe in and out slowly as you trace. Okay, so breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, now what is a growth mindset? Is it fixed or is it flexible? I don't think I can do it as a fixed mindset. I will keep trying as a flexible mindset. I don't know how to do it as a fixed mindset. I'll figure it out in a different way as your flexible mindset. I don't like challenges. Fixed. Challenges help me grow. That's your flexible mind. So invite challenges in your life. Okay? This is too hard. If I keep practicing, it will become easy. It will get easier. It's not smart enough. I'll give it my best effort. I'll always make mistakes. I can learn from my mistakes. Okay. I don't know how you all are feeling, but yes, am in love with this, and definitely this is gonna help us loving our life. How do you challenge your negative thoughts? By asking, am I making assumptions? Are there any other possible outcomes? What advice would I give to a friend? Like detaching from the situation, thinking that the situation is with the friend of yours, and what advice you would give. Is there any other way to look at it? Is there evidence for this worry? Is this worry in or out of my control? First thing is, if it's out of your control, that zone, leave it. Okay. Start practicing gratitude. So anything good that has happened today, maybe you're grateful for a relationship. What is your strength? What is any experience you're grateful for? Any place you're thankful for? Any food you're grateful for? Something in nature you are thankful for? So any one good thing that happened today: relationship, strength, experience, place, food, and nature. Now, defense mechanism. What is defense mechanism? Compensation. Okay, strengthening one aspect of yourself to hide another. Okay, sometimes what we do is we are weak at some point, so we work on the our strength. Denial, refusing to accept a negative behavior in yourself. So you don't accept the negative behavior in yourself. Displacement, taking strong feelings out on someone else. So when you have those feelings, you just put it on somebody else. Identification, unconsciously developing other person's behavior pattern. Sometimes what happens is you are just mirroring yourself with somebody else. Introjection, confirming feelings and seek approval. When you feel something and the others say yes, yes, yes. So what you're doing, you're confirming your feelings with others' approval. Projection, ascribing your own negative qualities and faults onto others. Again, what you're throwing your negative qualities on other. So you're mirroring somebody and you are becoming the mirror for somebody. Rationalizing, executing, and justifying your behavior. So you make excuses and justify your, oh, I could not have done anything because of this. So you are making excuses and you are justifying your behavior. Reaction formation, behaving in a way that is opposite to your true feelings. And sometimes you just hide it completely by behaving in just the opposite. If you're feeling sad and you're behaving as if you're very happy. So that's reaction formation. Regression, using previous developmental behaviors to cope with stress. So what you're doing is you want to cope up with your stress and you're using previous developmental behaviors um, to hide your stress. Regression. So you go to your past, you try to just fix it up with those past experiences. Like if I'm feeling fearful and I'm reminding myself of something where I was brave. So that's a regression. Repression is suppressing unwanted thoughts and urge uh, from your consciousness. Just suppressing your thoughts. I don't want to think like this. You're suppressing. Okay. Ritual and undoing, covering up your negative behavior with something positive. If you've felt a little low, you just cover it up by doing something good. Okay. Diverting a negative behavior into something more positively acceptable, that is sublimation. So these are defense mechanism, means you don't want to show that you're feeling low, and you can do any of these things to compensate, to deny, to displace, to identify. Introjection, projection, rationalization, reaction, regression means not accepting that you're feeling negative. That's your defense mechanism, your body, your behavior, which don't which puts a mukhota on your face to not show the actual you. That's your defense mechanism. Now, star breathing, you can have inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, hold. I'll go pretty fast now. Okay. Personalize your favorite place. What do you see? Where is it? Okay. Any favorite place in your mind? See it. Where is it? What can you hear? What can you smell? And who is there with you? Okay. What is it that you like to so much about this place? When do you go there? When will you be going back? You can think, and you can imagine yourself closing your eyes as a feather and breathe in slowly. Fill your belly with as much air as you can and blow out and watch the feather float away. So this is gonna help you. हाँ रख दो. हाँ. Rainbow grounding technique. Take a deep breath and identify all of these colors in order. Have a look around. How many items could you find? All these colors. So that's a rainbow technique. Having all the colors. And imagine that you're holding a flower. Breathe slowly in through your nose and smell the fresh air. Breathe out slowly through your mouth and watch the petals fly off. These are some techniques, grounding techniques, which stops your negative thoughts, right? Okay, too much to have. So we'll continue tomorrow.